Okay, so I thought I would start doing some videos for Holly and her family since they have a new dehydrator and they're learning how to use it. Today I'm going to show you how to make chia crackers in the dehydrator. I'm using whole seed chia seeds. It says Salva. I don't know why it says Salva, but whatever. This is the one that was gotten at GNC. They're cheaper if you get them on Amazon, but they are non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. Not that I'm on a vegan diet of any sort. They have 8 times more omega-3s than salmon, 30% more antioxidants than blueberries, and 25% more fiber than flax. It's like, for 2 tablespoons is 69 calories, 6 carbs, 6 fibers, but 0 sugars, and 3.7 on protein. The cool thing about this is we're using 4 tablespoons. It's going to make 1 cup. This will make maybe 2 sheets depending on how thin I spread it. So the cracker is going to be virtually carbless, virtually calorie-less. So I'll have something crunchy to eat that'll be healthy-ish. Okay, so I take 4 tablespoons of the chia seeds, dump them in my bowl. I'm going to add 1 cup of cold water. I'm going to give it a little stir. Make sure everybody's wet. Now these little chia seeds are going to absorb all of this water and they're going to be a lot more in there. And they get kind of like a gel going. That's what's going to be your binder for this cracker. I guess is what you'd call it. If you want a finer cracker, you can always grind the seeds, but I don't do that because it's just an extra step, an extra coffee grinder to wash. Now I'll add a little tiny bit of agave nectar, light agave nectar, not much because it won't need much because we're going to put banana in it. You can make these sweet or savory. I like them a little fruity. So I'm going to mash a banana in there, stir it up, and let these sit for about anywhere from 20 minutes to 6 hours. You can let them sit. You can just leave these on your counter. You can put them in your fridge. You can leave them in overnight. They're just going to get bigger and bigger. Okay, so I've let the chia soak for about 30 minutes while I had breakfast. And now I have lightly sprayed a little bit of Pam on a fruit roll sheet for my dehydrator. And as you can see, the consistency, I don't know how to describe it, like slop, or like, this is going to really gross you out. It's kind of like when you find frog eggs in a pond. It's very gluey. So what you'll do is you'll take, well, I'm actually going to have to use a spoon, I think, on this. It's nice and gooey. So you'll take a spoon. You'll put it over here on your sheet, and you'll just kind of smear it out. You want it to be about an 1/8 inch. You want it as thin as possible. You're trying to make a cracker, so crackers are thin. But you want it to connect everywhere. And it'll kind of settle itself out to an extent. And then you'll put it in the dehydrator on your nuts and seeds setting. And you can either do it overnight or you can do it for like 6 hours. Like we're doing this before I go run errands, and when I get back, if I get back in 6 hours, or maybe earlier, but regardless, after about 6 hours, when it's firm enough and not, you know, moist anywhere, like wet or sticky, you can take it off of this tray and transfer it to a screen. Flip it over so that it can finish drying. And this like batch here, I mean, it's gonna make a lot of crackers, and for like 140 calories, it's not bad. And it's really good for you with the fiber and the antioxidants and the omegas and all that stuff. But my big thing is low carb, so that's what I get super excited about. Something crunchy that doesn't carb me out. But as you can see, it's coming along. But okay, so here is the chia seed mixture on the fruit roll tray, and now I'm going to Put it in the dehydrator, look up nuts and seeds, and it's 105 degrees. Set temperature, plug it in, and answer my phone. Okay, so I'm going to unplug this Nesco. We're going to see if our crackers are ready to flip over. Ignore my dog kindly, please. Okay, well you can see that it's lifting up already, so you're going to touch. Make sure there's no real gooey. There's a little sticky, but it's not terribly bad. Nothing really wet and gooey. Okay, so if there's not, then what you're going to do is use one of these screens. Put it here on the top so you can flip it over onto it. And this might take 2 hands. Can you come here and help me so I can show?
What?
I just need you to hold the camera just like this. Just right there. Don't go looking anywhere else. It's okay if it breaks apart a little bit. The main goal here is just to make it loose. You'll take the screen, put it here on top, like this. Pull it out like this, and you'll flip it. Because your goal is to not tear it if you can avoid it, because you want it to stay together. But if it does tear, it's not the end of the world. It's going to be crackers, so it's going to break up at some point anyways, right? So, there you go. So you have this clean. Your cracker has been flipped onto the screen where there's a lot more airflow around in between, and then the wet side is now on top. So you'll put your fruit roll tray in the sink. You'll place your lid back on the dehydrator, still at 105. Plug it back in and give it until it's finished.